Where are you, Jimmy?
Must horn him.
Sorry, I was my PC got hang. Okay.
Okay, all yours.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you very much, Ching. Good evening to all members and guests, and welcome to tonight's monthly meeting organized by the Association of Singapore Professional Speakers, or ASPS in short. My name is Jimin, and I'm presently serving as president of the ASPS, and I'm also the MC for the evening. ASPS was founded back in 2004 by a group of advanced Toastmasters, not so much in age, but advanced in terms of ideas and ambition. We wanted to establish a platform to encourage public speakers to take the next step in their journey, which is to speak professionally to audiences about what they are passionate about. Tonight, we have the privilege of inviting an entrepreneur extraordinaire. He's a self-taught entrepreneur. He started his career as an apprentice in various trades, found the logistics business in 1994, and has not looked back since. He's founder and CEO of the S-Trans Group, which is involved in logistics, food and beverage, bicycle collection, and various social enterprises. In his spare time, he draws, takes photographs, and produces videos. He's always cycling for new ideas to make life better for others. His title for tonight's keynote presentation is A Cycle of Life. Please help me welcome Edmund Chew.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Please prompt me every 10 minutes just by raising your hand, then I will know what is going on. Okay. Anyway, very good evening to all, one and all, to the ASPS group and the guests. Tonight is really a privilege to be here to do a Zoom meeting to share about my life. There's nothing much. I'm a very simple guy. I just want to keep on going on because I really miss those days of presentation in the real thing rather than Zoom. Because Zoom, this is my first time tonight that I picked up this studio in my warehouse to also learn how to go about when there's other method that there's always many methods of getting things done. Just for information, when I was age 55, then I discovered I have iron dyslexia. I was an iron dyslexia kid and an autism kid. So during those young days, I don't like to study. I like to play a fool and run. So tonight, I will share with you 3 parts. First, the survival instinct. The second part, the willing to go the extra mile, even you fail, to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And then the last part, paying it forward. So I will tell you my true life story. There's nothing much actually, but it is always a fun time. I want to thank Susan Wong, my old friend, sister, who always love to attract new ideas. I'm a guy that I cannot sit still. Okay, yeah. Normally, for myself right now, I sleep very early, 8:30, 9 o'clock. I rest already because this is how I get my youthful look. When people say, Edmund, you don't sound and look 65, I say, yeah. It's all about resting correctly, properly, and also have a good diet. And then important thing is you must always have positive thinking. Now, the important thing I want to share with you, why? Because in this pandemic's time, many people fear this 4-letter word, F-E-A-R, fear. But me, I tell you, I've gone through so many disasters, the crisis, the 80 crisis, all right, even the Banda Aceh tsunami. I still remember that night, that evening, 25th December. I was sitting there and then suddenly I feel giddy and shaking. I asked myself, what's actually happening? Then I realized there was a tsunami. And then from there on, The after effect was the most interesting. Why? Because as a logistician, that I do logistics, I always believe that in doing my best part. So as a rotary guy, I open up my warehouse, I get things done, and I do all the back-end support. And I can tell you, that was a very devastating state in Banda Aceh. Oh, I tell you, very, very interesting. Then again, later on, we have the Philippine Haiyan flood. Honestly, ever since I started young, about 1963. I was born in 1957. 1963, before 2 years, 1965, August 9, Singapore was still under Malayan states. So there was no border. So what I do every Saturday, Sunday, I tell you, this naughty boy will hit on a vegetables lorry all the way to Cameron Highland. I tell you, until now, I still can remember. So that's how far, 87, just imagine how gung-ho I was. But I learned the tricks from my dad and mom. For my father, he taught me DNA, discipline and attitude. Because one day, he told me, he said, son, you don't want to study, right? Be at my shop tomorrow, 6 a.m. So I was so tired. So normally, my dad, I'm the number 6 in the family. So nobody cares because the parent so tired already, trying to fill the stomach of everybody. So those days, we just, like kampong, everybody just feel that we are just safe. But every Saturday and Sunday, I always steal away my private time and they don't even notice. No. I do it for half a year. So one day, I was late and tired, so Sunday I came back. I was very tired. I still can remember vividly. So our neighbor happened to buy a TV, color TV. Those days was Satron and Philip. So we were very poor, but I was very exciting to know what his color TV looks like. So I went in to the neighbor outside at the window and we watched the movie until almost 1 a.m. It was tiring. After also a long journey home from Cameron Highland. So I went home almost 1:30 a.m., quietly sleep in the house. I sleep. I overslept. 6:30, half an hour. So I quickly put on my jacket. I said, die. Oh, Monday, father is going to give me a hard time. True enough. When I went to the shop, I noticed something not right. The old man's face changed. Because my father used to serve Japanese and serve the British. To him, punctuality, number 1. Don't play a fool. So he grabbed me by this and gave me a slap on my face. That slap, hurts me so much. Why? Because I never been. And he said, what did I tell you? I'm in business. 6 a.m. You're supposed to be in my shop. Why do you late? So I went home, but I didn't cry. So I do not know what was going on. Imagine it's 7 noon. What are you going to do? So I went home. My mom knew what was going on. My mother is one of the best loving mother and architect. She said, son, don't worry, come. Don't go to school. Today you rest. Forget about your father. Okay? Every time my father caned me, my mother will protect me. Because in the family, I'm always the naughtiest one. I don't want to study. I always very, they call it play throne. Right? So until today, my eldest brother, almost 70 plus, he's a top-notch civil servant. He studied in RI, so he did well. My second brother, he graduated. He went to become a chef. My third brother, he became an engineer. He's done well, pretty well. My fourth brother was a building developer in his own properties. My elder sister was a Six Sigma black belt GE consultant. Right? My younger sister was a school teacher and now upgraded to principal. And my youngest brother, he did his online business. Only this nerd, this idiot. I tell you, I never want to study. So from there on, I learned from my mom. He says, son, you want to learn marketing? I teach you. So one fine Sunday, so I didn't run away to Cameron Island. So he said, I follow mom. He said, come, son, follow me. Let's go to market. So from Kim Ket, we walked all the way to Wangpo. So he said, you see, the Wangpo market, wet market, there are 6, 7 stalls, vegetables. You see how I negotiate. So the first one he waved, hey, how's it going? My mother is the most loving, and the best PR. That's why I inherit a gene. I'm a very friendly, kind, simple. You give me anyone, I can even talk police, criminal, leaders, anyone. I'm so friendly. I learned from her the trick. Just smile and just wish people good morning. Hey, good morning. Say, how's the market? And they say, you ask, how's the market? Oh, no good. Market is bad. Price has gone up, raining, like vegetable. I come back to you later on. So second one, we went to the shop. Hey, market no good, black vegetables, raining. So how much? 1 kilo? 1 kg? 25 cents. Wow, so expensive. From 15 cents to 25 cents. Okay, I come back to you again. So we jumped the third one, the fifth one, we went to the last one. The last one. Hey, brother, how? I'm saying boho. You want or not? This one very fresh. How much? I thought 10 cents. No lah, 10 cents I lose money lah. I need 16 cents. My mom said, quickly, okay, give me 1 kg. So this is the way of bargaining. And he taught me how to negotiate, how to bargain. So until today, whenever I do anything, I always have 3 suppliers. Because odds, never have even. When you have even, you'll fight. I always got 3 contractors. You ask them for the best. And then I be very fair to them. First round, use the first one. Second one, we test. Third one, we test. Everybody got equal share. So when there's a big business, we divide equally by them. Then we maintain them. So this is how I run company. So from there on, I learned about life. So after going to school, I flung, as usual, those days, English, Chinese, language will fail, math, science will fail. You are goner, real goner. So I didn't even pass my O level. I only score history. Oh, I tell you, arts and literature. I don't know why. But English, Chinese, I tell you, I failed. So I considered I cannot go anywhere. So we were chucked to what we call ITE, is the end. Those days it's not ITE, it's called BVI. So I went to a college called Vocational Institute called Baharuddin Vocational Institute. That was in Stirling Road. At the time, we were the first batch. We are guinea pigs called ITC, Institute of Technical Certificate Diploma in 3-Dimension Design. That means to say, during these 2 years, you'll learn about history of arts and how arts can go into industrial design. In Japan, these 2 years compact into 1 year. We call it industrial arts design. So we are very lucky. We are the first batch. I tell you, the day when I attend class, I tell you, that was the best. When I went in, we all were scared like mouse. So we sit there quietly, and then the teacher just quietly looked at us. I remember there were 20 of us. Then he said, look up. Everybody look up. And then he scooped 1 pot of dry terracotta brown clay and he banged on the table. You see this? All of you are like this clay shit. You can't even stand up for yourself. Such a shame. Then he cleaned up again and he put a beautiful vase. Now look, if you want to turn from this piece of pile of shit into a vase, then you have to work hard, learn. That man, teacher, I never forget, is Singapore today's #1 potter, Mr. Iskandar Jalil. He's still alive, he's still quite old, and I always respect the man, how he taught us discipline, focus, and you must never give up. So I learned from them, and we have other teachers who taught us advertising, woodworking, plastic molding. So I pick up all these skills. And when I served my national service, we were handpicked on the last 6 months to do exhibition for the drugs. So that was the time we displayed our skill. It was very fun. So after we graduated, 1978, I recall, first job that I have, go out into the market, there was no such requirement. So I became a graphic exit sign, the toilet signboard artist. I work and I ask myself, what the heck? $320. 1978, $320. Not even enough to cover up all the expenses. So never mind, I work hard. Because I got no other certificate, so I work hard again. I say I want to do something better. So I joined Marketing Institute of Singapore. I learned about sales because I didn't know I got the gift of the gap. So I learned. I study nighttime and I get my diploma in marketing. Then I apply job. And then a very sad thing. They always say you are not a graduate. You own this diploma of no use. And they always push us down. So it's okay. So I start again. So I start selling water heater, selling swimming pool, started insurance company. I go for 1 year. I try all kinds of jobs, but still wasn't satisfied. Then I end up in one of the Hong Kong company. They do design for cell phones those days. The Motorola. They have this one is a clone in Kallang there. So these guys say, hey, you are studying arts, you know how to design boxes and packaging and everything. So I learned. So I started my apprentice. I tell you, apprenticeship is always not an easy thing. The Hong Kong men say, young man, you want to learn how to do machining? Can. The machine there, clean up for me. So I went there diligently, I cleaned the machine, start the engine, clean up the parts, the lathe machine, all the parts and everything. Then from there I learned. It wasn't easy. So I learned. Then he saw me, my patience. Then I always greet him. I was very patient. One thing I learned that I always have, patience, 耐心. That's why the 忍字 is a sword and a heart. Whatever people say, slap me and everything, it's okay. I didn't even know. I don't even feel hurt, but it's all right. People are teaching me. So I inherit these values from my dad and mom. He says, don't worry, son. One day you will shoot out. So I learned. Then the Hong Kong guy teach me, and then later on, after machining, he said, okay, now we make a prototype. So I made a prototype of the phone. Those days it was a very big phone. Then I designed a box. Imagine prototype of the phone, what I learned. They make prototype. Then the Japanese guy will fix in the electronic parts, and then after that, they will design the mold. After that, we design the packaging. So I walked through the complete process. Oh, manufacturing. I see. Now it's so easy, just like iPhone. Like Foxconn, they do everything. So all these things are nothing new to me. I learned. And from there on, I wasn't happy as is. I see all my friends, salespeople, every time make good money buying a car and everything. So I just say, how to get a sales job? So I end up in a company called Tan Liang Seng, PLS International. They were agent for Rodeo Jeans and Da Vinci pens. And they have 40 outlets all over. Those days was Johan and Singapore Emporium. So I submit, I become a merchandiser. Wow, big time, man. That means I only do display. Every day I will go to Johan to check the shop display, whether the mannequin is all right, and then see competitor, what they do, design, then come back and feedback to the boss. It was good. And then we always got free ticket to go to show because they advertise. That took me about 2 years and I wasn't satisfied. I just say, I want to do something. So as I go 78, 79, 80, time passes so fast. I just say, what can I do? And my brother, nobody cares because everybody was looking for the stomach, how to fill the stomach. So 1985, in Singapore, airport, Changi Airport, came about. From Paya Lebar, they moved to Changi. That was the time. And I joined the first freight forwarding company called Alpha, a local company. Oh, the boss, he looks good, but he's not generous, he's not kind. He gave us a car, brand new car, Mazda, I remember the number, QER 2997, Mazda 323, 1.1. Imagine, he say, Edmund, I don't care how, every morning you come to my office, 8:30. I don't care where you stay or what, 8:30 you land. Come 8:30, 9:45, I don't see your face, you get out. 4:30, you come back. Then where was my area of sales? Ayer Rajah, Bukit Timah, Bukit Merah, Jurong. Wow, I tell you. So that's why I'm very familiar with Jurong everywhere. I tell you, I wake up morning 6, drive the car to Changi Airport, cargo complex. Imagine 1.5 hours, traffic jam. Go to office, registered, check the papers, everything. 9:30, get out of the office. Start the car again. Then go and visit my customers. I was very diligent. I knocked the door. So I learned what is logistics. Those days, they don't even hear the word logistics. They just freight forwarding. So I learned. And from there on, my senior, one of the guys, there were only 2 of us. He says, Edmund, I'm going to leave. So I just said, what are you going to do with me after 2 years? I don't think there's a future here. The boss, he worked so hard, he never take care of us. He only pay us, our salary is $700 in those days, 1985. And the patrol, he only give us miserable $500, 1,200 plus the commission. He's supposed to get $2,000-3,000 at the end. Miserable, but it's okay. We managed to squeeze. You want to show me some? I will show you some pictures. I was so skinny, dark, because I always in the sun. So I built this network of clients. Singapore was very lucky. 1985 was called the boom time for all the air freight services and shipping. It was a hub. So from Alpro, a local company, I learned. Then we went into a British company called Jardine Medicine. But their company is called FEI, Freight Express. So it was a joint venture. And I learned. And from there on again, I skip on and to a very big British #1 company called Watford Meadows. Now the company went bust. Oh, I tell you, the British are very good, but they are very ignorant. They're very stubborn. They always think that the world belongs to them. And then they will press you down. I say, you know, say. You Chinaman, you just follow. So today's world, things change. So I'll tell you the story about Brompton and Raleigh, how it goes about. And from Britain, I went into Kulanagar. Those days, it was known as Naku Freight. It was a very big company. And before it changed, I was in Naku Freight for almost 3 years. Then after the 3rd year, again, my area was only in Jurong. But I got the upper hand because most of the clients trust me. This is how I built my rapport. Every time they call me, those days we don't even have handphone, we only have pager. When they call, I respond. When they call, I respond. So I learned about services. Then one day, the boss said, anyone want to volunteer to go to Germany? As usual, I'm always a gun-ho guy. Then he says, you know what you're going to do? No? I didn't know. They sent me to hell because nobody want to go. But it was a free trip. I tell you, that was fun. First time I fly to Frankfurt, and I see Mr. Kuhner, 6'9", almost 7 feet tall. Big man, I got to look up at him and say, but I don't know what was going on. Initially, I say, one day in a group, I say, you all big men, see us small people, nothing. Singapore market, very small, nothing. Because you are big, but we small, we're trying to grow big. And you are Kulanagar, we are Naku Freight. Why not you change to one name, branding? Those days I learned about branding already. Then the big man says, yeah, logical, man. I say, how? Then I say, Mr. Kuhner, when you look at Singapore, I always tell them, it's not Singapore. Singapore is ASEAN. What's the population of Malaysia? At least 20 million. Now 23 or 25. What's the population of Indonesia? I tell you, Indonesia is one of the biggest, almost 350 million now today. What's the population of total ASEAN? Almost 500 million people. I don't know about statistics, but I estimate. Then their eyes open. Oh, we have to go into Asia. And luckily I did my homework. I went to talk about PSA in Changi Airport. So I take all the picture, I give them the directory, and I show that. I said, Mr. Kuhner, you want to expand your company Singapore is the base. Singapore is the base. So I became later on from sales executive to import manager, where I just bring in from Germany. My part was to sell inbound freight from Germany. So later on they says, Edmund, please come to Germany. So we went to Germany for almost 4 months. So from Frankfurt, every day we drove from Singapore to KL, 320, 350 kilometers, just to see one customer. So nowadays I tell people, you come to my office in Jurong, very far. That is the kind of mentality. We have gone through those days when there is a customer in Penang or KL, you drive all the way up, no second thought, because you had to chase their cargo to transship to Singapore. Then from there on to fill up, because our figures in Singapore is very small. We all depend on external. So from there on, we built our network. It wasn't easy. I tell you frankly, I died 7 times. One of my car went to the drain. My Mercedes-Benz went to the drain. I came out alive. In the airport, because of a contract, I speed 180, the car went to Then I rode motorcycle just to go into Malaysia, just to see the customer, because he said, you don't come, no business for you. So you see, those days, I was just like army commando. I never give chance. Whenever I need business, I go for it. So you see, I was very hungry because I was young then, almost 25, 26. Young man, gun-ho. But I don't learn the art of management. So that is my very sad thing. So as I go about, after I work with Punanago, I find that the Germans always look down on Asians. And every Friday, so after they promote me to sales manager, Edmund, you take care of 3 customers. Hewlett Packard, Hagermeyer, and Sam Dhabi. Your job, every Friday, I don't care how, 12 o'clock lunch, you go to Orchard Tower. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF down there. There's a lounge there. You take care of the 5 Germans of this 3 company. Any of their account loss, don't ever come back to office. You get up. I tell you, for almost 2.5 years, every Friday, I got to drag my feet. I got to drink with them. I got to eat with them. I got to spoil this body. That's why, and they smoke. I'm a non-smoker. You know, their mouth of a beer. Oh, until I get scared. And then I just say, anyway, it's time. So I just say, forget it. So I left Kulanaga and I went to join Emery Worldwide, an American company. Emery Worldwide today has changed to Menlo Logistics. Colonel Emery was the Air Force Colonel, General of Staff. From the Americans, I learned they are very superior in air cargo. For the German and the British, I learned they are very good in sea freight, packing. The Germans are very good engineering. They are one of the world best. And the British, they are very good in management and consolidating. For the locals, I tell you, they're only good in price. Nothing else. Price war. So we had a hard time. So these are all the years of learning. Then after that, I find myself, say, almost 29, 28. It's almost time. I was still single. I was working, no time for girlfriend, work to find a stabilized career. So I couldn't find anything. So I tried to venture. At 29, I decided to find another friend, an old friend of mine, say from a big company, marine company, CH. I won't mention the name. He said, why not you come out? Let's form a company and let's do. So that was my first venture, 29 years old. I don't know what the hell is going on. Private limited or what, I don't even know, I just jumped in. And then we started with one of the Hong Leong cousins called Conflow Line. My this partner was very smart. He had all the network contact in Jurong Island. Those days, Jurong Island wasn't well connected. We had to need barges and everything. So I learned the tricks. I learned everything from him. And then we also have a another one of the ex-big group, Keppel or Sembawang people that lead us all the way to Indonesia and even Philippines. So it was a sad thing. I see from here the good side, the bad side, and the ugly side of life, of human greed. Lucky I'm still new. I don't know what the hell is going on. So I learned about management. I learned how to set up company. I run operation, sales, no problem. I learned admin. Everything I learned from scratch. So from there on, I pick up. Then I just say, my mother says, "Hey son, you are 30 already. What the hell are you going to do? Where's your girlfriend?" So I start to search that. The only way I can look for is a shipping area. So I went around to shipping company to hunt for a girlfriend that they can do. So I went, I ended up in this road, and I found my loved ones. She was just a timid lady, and then she was doing customer service and ship management. Then we bring her around, and then that's how we get started. Because if I don't have the same common language, I had a hard time trying to get things done. Then I'll be having a hard time. And in fact, I'm Halanese. I got many Teochew girlfriends. The Teochew girls always love the Halanese men because they say they are always very easy. But then again, I disagree. So my wife is actually Heng Hua. Heng Hua are very hardworking. They are like North Koreans and South Korean ladies. They are very hardworking. They mean business. They're very disciplined. So I'm a very disciplined person. No joke. You cannot play around. Okay, straightforward. All my eldest brother, second, third, all are Teochew. We have a Teochew family. Even my younger sister also married a Teochew man. So at least my youngest brother married a Heng Hua, Tikangin, Hakangin. So I learned all the languages, no problem. Excellent. So opportunity came by. So I settled down. Chinese say, 成家就立业. Once you settle down, you know how to manage your family. So you know how to manage your company. So that was the good thing of life. Then from there on, I learned. So from there on, at the age about almost 33, 34, I move around. So with my partners from the Hong Leong group, they are big. They got muscles. They got this. And when you don't have this, you are not a capitalist. You are down. So every time we got knowledge, no use. You must have money. No money, no power, nobody cares damn about you. But I always tell them, say, no, I'm going to prove them wrong. So an opportunity came. 1992, 93. I happened by chance to meet this Filipino guy, Mr. Jepson. So he came. He wear a t-shirt, very nice, simple t-shirt and everything. And you know, Filipinos, you cannot see whether they are rich or poor or what. You don't know their background and everything. Little did I know, after 2 years, they are the big boys in Philippines. But they are so humble. And that's how we started. And he and his wife, he says, Edmund, yeah, you are doing shipping? I say, yes. Then I say, you know about Philippines? I say, I'm not sure, but I done Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia, Vietnam. Philippines, I think almost the same. You teach me, it's just almost the same. So this and that. So we learn. Then when we book on the K line, Japanese shipping line. So from there on, every week, we first started one container first. So we did. And they were one of the biggest, mind you, hardware importer for many, many years. In Philippines, it's all cartel and power. The Chinese controls the economy. So his wife controls all the hardware. His brother controls all the spare parts. So I only learned, and until today, all the hardware shop, all the car spare parts. So I pick up all this knowledge. Anything to go to Philippines, we handle. And we have rules and regulations. Any of those competitors, I cannot do any other thing. Nothing else, only hardware and auto parts. So when people say want to do garments, electronic, I cannot take. So that is a rule. I follow the rules. So because in Philippines, there are cartel, they control. Just like in Hong Kong, if you are lorry driver, you only focus on lorry. You cannot do air shipment, sea shipment, no. If you do air cargo, you focus on air cargo. If you do warehouse, you do warehouse. Here in Singapore, one license, everything all complete because we are very small. So from there on, we learn. So as it goes about, so I grew with them 1984. 1992, 93. Then 1994, it was almost time because I started off with my partner that to work with the Philippine guys together. Then there was this problem. We actually, the building is still in Lavender. Only one table, one chair, and one handphone. There's a Motorola handphone. That's how I started. And from there on, we worked within 2 years. My friend in Philippines can build a 30-story building and even a 10-story warehouse. And my Singapore boss, he will drive brand new Mercedes 300 SEL, whatever. And me, I'm just a small shareholder. I always drive an old Japanese car. So it's okay. There's nothing wrong because I want to be sure. So one day, my big boss partner said, Edmund, we want to expand to Cambodia. We need you to pump up some money and shares. Where do I get the money? I already put in $5,000. It's so tough. And then he paid me peanuts. 1992, 93, $2,000. How to survive? Tell me. But we struggle. Work day and night. Sleep in the warehouse for almost 1-2 years. Because this is the way, this is our life. So from there on, my Philippine guy partner said, hey, you've been handling for me for so long. Why not like this? You think you can handle or not? Come up. So I just said, honestly, no money. When you have no money, you lose faith, you lose everything, you lose confidence. People see you no up, all like that. But deep in my heart, I'm straight. I know I can. I always follow my dad's philosophy, 3 Ps. Perseverance, consistency, patience. Wait for the right time. So time has come because my boss really want to buy me up and throw me. So my Philippine boss, no, but he trusted me because every container that we ship, they put worth more than $1 million. No losses. That's how within 1 year, they have a big tower. So they say, why not Edmund? You come out. I help you. I still don't want to go through again all this problem and headache. So I just say, and I discuss with my wife and my brothers. Everybody say, you don't have money, what are you going to do? Soon people will throw you up. Those days, it was very tough. $2,000 after taking home and everything. How to save? Then the petrol also got to own self pay by myself. By the time I only have $200, how to save them. So I decided I've been calling my mind for many, many days and years. Then I just say, I told my Philippine friends, say, hey, I can set up the company, $2. So I registered extras, $2. But I will run this thing. You no need to give me money. Very simple. You say, how? Then how you going to pay the freight? Very simple. If you have 5 containers and the bill is about 20, 30,000, you send me the money. Then I pay. You say, can or? So the first lot was, I recall, was 25,000. But he was very kind. He sent me 50,000. No different. So I keep the money. After that, when I started alone, 23rd July, 1994, I was one-man show for 3 months. None of my family members know. Nobody knows I started the company. I tell myself, face is one thing, ego. People will always say that you cannot make it, you are gone forever. So I just keep myself, humble myself, so I just try. So after 3 months, then we go on again. And from there on, 1994, 95, 96. First, 1994, we started July until December. We were very surprised. We hit 700,000. And the profit was 150,000. Oh, I tell you, and all this money earned, we get a small warehouse. Then we ran, and then we started all stuff. That was what I know about startup. Sales, minus expense, you have the money. That's and the rest. What's entrepreneurship? There's nobody teach me. Just go and do it. Like 96. So as we go, it's about 1994, 95, 96. As we go, I only had back then 3 staff. The guy that was with me after 3 months was one of my Indian staff until today. He was very loyal. So he also a tough nerd, non-educated, but 2 of us, we went hard way. One thing we say is integrity, honesty. What I promised, I delivered. I told him, if we were to hold hands together, we were all the way until today. So this is how we started the company. So looking back, there's ups and downs. 1994, 95, 96, 97 was good time. 1998, 99, year 2000. As we expand, very high cost, we buy new equipment, installment, and you know, when there's no business, services, everything down. Then I don't start to travel. If I don't travel, no business. So my wife only joined me after the second year. But before that, the first 2 years, my brother helped me. Then the hardest point and pain was after 3 years, they call it de facto. My youngest brother and my third brother quit. He says, brother, I cannot go on. They don't want to survive and to look at my bigger dreams. I told them it's a lot of opportunity. Just like Three Kingdoms. If I am the man in front, I need people inside the office to help me to look. I tell you, it was the saddest moments in my life. Right? Imagine your own people just says, throwing the cold towel. You take care of yourself. I don't care. I don't care. Just because his wife says, Edmund pay you peanuts. But I did give him a car. That's what I promised. I did give him whatever bonus that I have. I'm always the last one to get paid. Sometimes I don't get salary for almost 3 months. Because why? I believe the staff comes first. Because I know how to stinge, I know how to get things done. So they don't understand. Entrepreneurship is not about how much money you make. When you say entrepreneurship is about creating jobs. In my mind, until today, my role is to create jobs, is to be creative, is to look around for golden opportunities. And my network grows from Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. I wasn't even a Rotarian then. I was only a Rotarian at the later stage in life because I joined other associations like ASPS, Small and Medium Enterprise. I was a secretary. And I mind you, the mindset of Singaporean, until today, I feel very, very sad. We have everything, but we are not cohesive. The Malaysians, the Taiwanese, the Japanese, the Korean, I tell you, the Germans, and the Chinese. They have what is called team. Together, everybody achieve more. Singaporeans, sad to say, no comment. They will always ask, what's in for me? So today, I want to drive a point. In real business world, today, the new age world, there's a big challenge out there. If you don't have a team, go and work for people. Don't ever step into business. Today's world, speed, how fast you can deliver. Agile, are you flexible? Pricing, competitive. Are you internet well connected? 4 things you don't have, don't even ever dream of business. Be a small business people in our backyard. That's all. I know how hard at my level now. I even very tough because competitors will come in and the big capitalists will keep on coming in. They always want to wipe you up because they have money. They can even control the shipping line. Today, Amazon, Walmart, they got very angry with the shipping line. Imagine a container, 40-footer going to LA. It used to be $4,500 to $5,000. Now how much they going to pay? $15,000, $18,000. They hold them by the neck. So Amazon and Walmart is going to come out with their own shipping line. That will be good. Why? Because the shipping line made a lot of losses last year, so they want to gain back. Even the air cargo, my goodness, from $4 up to $15. How are you going to ship and pay? And then we are called the third party logistics. Means to say, the shipper, we go and negotiate. We have to give the shipper credit. You think they pay on time? 30 days, 60 days. And then we become financing company and we make 1%. How are you going to do? Very tough. So today, we have to be innovative. One of my weakness here is social media and IT Connect. Everything I have, you look at S-Trans, ASTRANS, 7 core business, air cargo, sea freight, transportation, R, road express to Malaysia, A, air ambulance, air courier. Anybody dead bodies coming to Singapore, I can license to do. And network distribution, S, supply chain. I personally, over the years, have experienced everything. This year, early February, we chartered a small plane to some contacts, and then we sent one of the diplomat student, lady, daughter back to Philippines, got Air Base. I went there, 4 hours flight, touchdown, stay in the aircraft, turn around, release to the ambulance, then come back. So this is one of the things that not many people do because of connection. Then the other one, around June, I did a ferry, one person, charter a ferry, went to Batam, pick up one of the lawyer, a COVID victim. It was very challenging, a lot of problems, and nobody say, Edmund, you are mad. But I just see that life, as long as my heart, my guts feel, I see that there's a need, I just go. I don't want to know what's going on. So year 2000, at least I put a name on the Singapore, right? I did a 70-foot Christmas tree, one and only one, from USA down to Singapore for our Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. Until today, nobody has beat that record. It went through so much drama and problem because SIA never heard of S-Trans. Who the hell are you? But during my days, when I was with Kul and Nagar, I single-handedly handled Sultan of Brunei, Bokia, Ferrari cars, whatever, all I know how to ship and everything. So I got all those pictures, I show it to SQ. Then we got to pay SQ. So this is a key thing. But Eva Air, Evergreen, you know the boss, say, Edmund, you do this project, I give you free. But then because of loyalty, Singapore, one nation, one people, one Singapore, I pay. At the end of the day, we are still in the local books of record. Local books. I even put everything and sent to Guinness Book in UK. They say, you China, Chinese, nothing. Until today, nobody ever load a 70-foot live Christmas tree into the aircraft. I'm the only one. So there was a lot of things that we learned, engineering, and through all my years, from the German, I learned all those things. So coming back about the shipping and what is going on now. Today's world, things have evolved. Last year, pandemic time, my China party dumped to me in my warehouse a lot of masks, a lot of these things. And I say, send to you first. Then ask people to kind of clear and everything. Oh, it took me almost 3 months. So because it's opportunity. When there is ever adversity, when there's ever problem, opportunity. When everything goes smooth, no opportunity. So last year, after what I gone through the pandemic, I find that there's not much money to make. So I was looking, what is there to do? And I look around. Then I recall when I was young, later on you can see some of the pictures. My father used to own a rally bicycle. It's a bicycle. I recall 7 years old, my father used to cycle the bicycle with a basket, would go to the market, buy fruits, and bring to the shop. So that memory, that image, and how my dad taught me and my mom, then I just said, why not? So I look around, I ask people. I tell you, it's so tough. People will say, hey, Edmund, you're old already. Don't do, don't waste your time. How old are you already? 65. Forget it. Don't even think of anything. That was good. When people slam me, when people even say things, all these things that cannot be done, that was the real answer. So I found passion. So I decided that I searched every night, 14 hours. My wife said, you are mad. Why are you looking? Bicycle. What is bicycle? So I searched for folding bicycle. So I searched for Dahon, 1982. So I start to bring in, I buy from Carousel. Then I still got many bikes, few in Philippines, in Thailand. I bought it very cheap. Now the price has gone up. After those guys saw the demand, because nobody created the demand, I created the demand. So you can see some of the bikes that we have. Then I feel that I give life, because those old equipment, 1982, 86, Dahon, folding bike classic, is made of stainless steel. Until today, never rusts. So it was a good bike, heavy, and then it became a classic, vintage. And I have this friend from India, who's an MIT guy. He says, Edmund, you really want, why not you try Brompton? Oh, I tell you, asking people about Brompton, big problem. But people say, hey, old man, don't play this game. Go and do your things, warehouse. Don't come and catch us. So I find that there's a lot of opportunity. Today, there are there's an echo sound, I know, but I think I already shut down from this side. So never mind. Maybe I move from this side. Yeah. So basically, the important thing was I started to search for Brompton bicycle. So I went around. I even called my British friend and asked him, say, hey, you heard of Brompton bicycle? He said, yeah. I want to buy an old bicycle. Sterling pound, 150. No, Edmund, cannot be. Now has gone up the price to 600 for any old bicycle. Even the thing are not in condition, 600 sterling pound. I say, you gotta be kidding. So I said, no. So I called my Malaysian friend. I called my Indonesian friend. I got all the network. I called. Then I managed to find one. I bought it at 1,008. This is my black bike. This bicycle. So I clean up and everything. This is my black key. So I got the bike. Then the next problem is, how am I going to fix this bicycle? Who am I going to look for? So I search around, drive around, go on knocking doors, asking people how to fix, how to learn. And then I read the books. Then from there on, I just say, how can I get things done? I must set up a company. So I have this puncher. I ask people, say, hey, there's an opportunity for bicycle. People say, Edmund, crazy, man. You must be mad. You got to be mad. So I started to acquire. Then I say, I want to be different. Normal Brompton is only 3-speed, 6-speed. I collect limited edition. So my limited edition, You see this one? Then you see this one? You see this one? This is called a BWC, Brompton Worldwide. And this is one of the early model, MK2. And this is the most expensive bike. You see it's not chain and the hub. So these are the things that I learned. Why? Because people never give you a chance. So you have to learn yourself. So I search every day. I even talk to people. I joined a group. I learned from there. And I had the advantage because I know the cost of shipping. I can control the cost of shipping. And I have people overseas. I can ask them to send me the thing and help me to buy. I'm going to bid for one bicycle, which is an MK1, the original 50 pieces out of 400 pieces. And it's going to cost me a big sum. I found one. I'm saving some money. Honestly, my wife don't know. You look behind. There are a lot of Bromptons here, but she don't know. She asked me how many you got. I only just say, only these. Those are empty boxes. She don't know. Because these are all my special, the last 1 year, all my paycheck. Every money go to bicycle, go to staff, never mind. So you can see. Look at here. That is another special bike. And this one. So you can see. So when you have passion, when you have passion and desire, and these are all the Dahon bikes that I have. And I even built this bicycle. This bicycle was done by somebody. I pick it up. I tell myself, says, I'm going to give this young bird a new life. So I change it. Then I recall, you see, all brand new. Then it become my little baby. Whenever I go for any people talk, I will bring this bicycle with me and I'll explain to them. If you are a small SME, you are the rider. The bicycle is your company. The handle is where you want to go. The seat post and the framework is the whole company structure. You have to plan. You don't, everything is not congruent, your company will fall apart, just like the bicycle. So this is how we all go about. See, today, I still have all these are very old bicycle, 1982. All right, and then over here, I can show you, we have old bicycles. So I will just bring them and give them new life. Why? Because I believe in setting up and make sure that, to me, an old bicycle is still just like a human being. Whether you PhD, MBA, no difference. But if you can use your initiative, if you are willing to work hard, there's always an opportunity. So this is where tonight I really want to share with you. And I'm ready and honored. I really hope one day all of you can come to my humble saddle. My dream for this last project is one day you look towards 2024. 2024. I won't tell you the secret. Somewhere May, June 2024, yours truly will be amazing. Why? Because it's coming up something. I've been planning for it for a long, long time. Why? Because the other passion that I have is my rotary bicycle. This is my rotary bicycle. I create this rotary bicycle for fund donation. Today, I want to thank some of my friends, fellow Rotarians and past district governors that supported me. I really appreciate that. Why? Because I tell you, selling 1,005, you're losing money. Nobody believe me. And they will just say, why Carousel buy so cheap? They forget all the finest things that we add in. I just say, if I were to show you my real costing, I just say, Edmund, you are mad. But selling bicycle is not making money. The only thing after thing is the bicycle tour, which I'm going to create. And then we already have in Thailand. Last few days, I represent one of the companies. I went to Thailand embassy to go for one round bicycle. And Thailand is opening. Malaysia, Sarawak, Kuching, Sabah, Penang, KL, Johor, all I already aligned anytime, even Vietnam and Cambodia and Philippines. So I urge you guys, if you haven't cycled around, one day come, you ask me, I can tell you about bicycle. Get a foreign bicycle. It helps you. And this bicycle thing is true to my heart. So don't just simply buy, but you need any info, I tell you, because ever since last year, March, until today, I search every day, all about bicycle. And even one guy all the way from China asked me, I make for you your brand. And my dream is one day, I will see a bicycle from Singapore design. I have some guys, ex-F1, sitting in Singapore, Italian men. We are working out something. We really want to come out something that is truly Singapore. Why? Because we believe that we can. There are many in Singapore, but we want to do that one bike, just that one bike. So tonight, I want to end here and say thank you very much for listening to my humble story. If you need, let me know, because I'm going to push for more. I want to recommend one of my friends here, Malcolm Chen. He's 70 plus, almost going to, not 76. He has really a good heart. He helped to build bicycle for the disabled. So we're going to do something great together. And we call it buddy riding bicycle. So Saturday is going to come to my place and riding bicycle. So my wife know me. Out of the house, either in the warehouse or outside cycling. Anytime you fetch me, I'll show you the picture. I'm cycling. I know where to go. So she knows. So Edmund is very safe. But overseas, I don't know. But I just say, don't worry. Where I go, I give you my tracker. You can track me. So very importantly, now, the important thing, again, I like to highlight. If you need to start up, let me know. I can guide you. And wish me luck, because yours truly, until today, is very grateful for all the Toastmasters leadership that teach me how to articulate correctly through body language and everything. Even those days, I was ashamed. I can't even, very shy, I can't even talk well. But today, you throw me any platform, any subject, I'm ever ready. And through my work, I want to give back more. I have formed an NGO called Starfish, Society of Starfish for the Underprivileged, or the ex-ITE dropout. So my vision and objective is to sell bicycle, get the funds for the education funds, and also for welcome, also for the disabled. So we're going to come out many other things. Malcolm Chen is like a brother to me. Though he's 12 years my senior, I salute him. Next year, we're going to create a 77 cycle, because it's his birthday. We're going to find 77 riders, all born with 7. Anything related to 7. And we're going to get 7 types of bicycle to celebrate this event. And we're going to raise money for the people. So I would like to, almost time's up. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. After that, if you can, Jane, President, show them the short video. If not, then I can send to all of you. Back to you, President.
Thank you very much, Edmund, for your very inspiring and passionate speech. At least we all of us get to know who you are, what you did, and your aspirations and dreams. So very well done speech. I like it very much. And open the floor to questions. Anyone want to ask any questions?
Yeah,
feel free to unmute and ask questions, because he's a very experienced entrepreneur. He has done it, seen it all. Tap onto his brains. Yeah.
Question, please. No
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Maybe, okay, one question I start off.
Yeah.
You have done so many businesses, and even at this age, you are still driving another business. What keeps you going? What keeps you going forward to do business after business, chasing after your dreams, which I'm sure you keep on moving, getting higher and higher goals? What keeps you motivated?
I feel motivated is because it's not the money. I learned something new, and along the way, we learn human character. Why partnership fail? Just like before I set up S-Trans, I didn't tell you my story. I have 12, I failed 12 times, I closed 12 companies because integrity, number one. Number two, trustworthiness. So it's very hard to find people, and even people like me. I always tell them, even my China venture company, it says, 周哥，你要来中国，你要先投资。I said, Ken, 我这个大脑跟我的心就是我的投资。They keep quiet. I say that my brains and my heart is my contribution of asset, not the dollars. So you see, not many people understand what is actually business, because every business today changed. You see, you look at Mautai, you look at Alibaba, Jack Ma. We started so hard, 18 of them. At the end, even so big, how many million? 300 million or even more. How many percent share you got? 20%. Who are the big people, the capitalists? SoftBank, American. And then what do you get? Peanuts. So you see, sometimes it's not about the money, but one thing I respect him, that man, very brilliant man, great guy, good guy. We need to emulate in a way. So what drives me really on is I want to see next level. I have hit 5 million already. That's nothing. My next level is 10, 50, 100. I never see what is it like above the cloud. So I like to go one level up, because I know my next level, 2024, is beyond that. Why? Because we have found the formula of true kingship, teamwork. Why I say Singaporeans? Because I always tell them, I advocate. You look at Japanese, Shimano, or even Murata, or even any of those people, or just say example, Toyota. Toyota is the parent company. Toyota also set up Honda. Honda is also a subsidiary of Toyota. You know that? Daihatsu also belong to Toyota. Mitsubishi also partial belong to Daihatsu, to Toyota and Hino. So they branch out, but they go market share. So why can't we, Singapore, we have everything, technology and everything. Why can't we all SME work together? If I have a chance, one day, I will go and see our Prime Minister or even Madam, and I'll tell them the SME has worked so hard. Where is our Singapore brand? Where is our Singapore ink? You see? Yeah, so there's a phone call here. So I hope that's answered your question. My drive and passion is not just about money. It's not money. I want to challenge, to reach up. What is it like? Yeah. Anything else?
Thanks, Edmund. Any questions from the rest? Anyone?
I have no questions, but I just would like to say thank you very much, Edmund, for your ardent support. I'm just overwhelmed with joy, and I have no words but just say thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Malcolm is the founder of Ageless Cyclists. He is a social NGO. He built bicycles and for the disabled. So now that my bicycle team is out, we will think of how to get things organized. And here we have Eric. Eric is also a socialpreneur. He runs and builds lighthouses for Batam, Palembang, and he helped those in the nation. So I'm thinking of how we're going to group up together and get people to help out. That's all. Yeah. And Helen, thank you very much. Helen is my sister in Kuala Bilik. Okay. Anything else? Yeah.
Kuala Bilik, not Bilik.
Yeah, Kuala Bilik. Sorry.
Thank you, bro. It's very interesting. You're inspiring sharing.
No,
yeah. Yeah, really.
Don't forget. I used to teach the ITE. My love is for ITE alumni. The three principals, I know them very well. That's why I chartered the ITE College East, the Interactor until today, and I link them up to Philippines, and ITE West, a Gable Club. That's how until today. Only the central somebody has done, so I don't touch. So east and west are my forte. You all want to do anything IT, I'm always well connected. No problem. Yeah. Anything else? See whether I can play the video or not. If not, then it's okay.
I think there's some technical issue. I think we have to send the video. Yeah.
Or you can send them some pictures of the bicycle.
I can send the link you sent to me.
Yeah,
but I need to have the contact details of the rest. Members, no problem. We can send. So if you can share, we will share everything. On
Thank
the
you
link.
very much. Yeah, thank you. Good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Any more questions from everyone? If not, then I would like to thank Edmund for a very wonderful talk, very insightful, and I hope that, and I believe you have further success in whatever you think you want to do. And please let us know more about what your ventures are, what you want to do. We're happy to listen to you, your next story, your next venture.
Okay, my next story is Tancer, a company that we formed. My partner is there, Mr. M.M. Chai. He's a machinist expert. I tell you, and he's also love antiques and watches and everything. So if you have special watches, Rolex, BJ, Bugatti, or whatever you need, this is the man. And you want to sell, he can always discuss. He's a precision man. And then I also want to show you, actually, I got a video on Bruce Lee. I'm one of the biggest collector of Bruce Lee right in my warehouse inside here. Because the tenant put the things in my warehouse, never pay me rent for almost 30 years. So I confiscate, become mine. So I got to use this to, hopefully to auction it to one of the founders, maybe in China, to do a Bruce Lee cafe. Yeah. And Rotarian Jimmy, he's also our partner in bicycle in a tour in Khao Lak, in Cambodia and Bangkok. So he was the one that put me last few days to the Thai embassy. So we are well connected. And then I have the guy Michael, but he went off already, from Sabah, Sarawak. We do the Mana tour. So they are very nice people. So all of you here, if you really want a bicycle tour 4 days or 5 days, let me know. We had the network. We are there all the time. If you don't have bicycle, come to my warehouse. There are a lot of bicycle here. Pick and choose. Okay? Don't talk about price. Just come here and then we can see it. Then all can be discussed. I've given away, in fact, a few bikes. The guy says, I don't have it. I say, you take it. Just go one word, but not Brompton. Brompton is my baby.
Edmund, you could organize something for us, the members. When is a convenient time.
Yeah, because now
then
COVID,
we can organize. After that.
you cannot come.
After that. After that.
I will show you what is actually this kind of thing, and then there's a lot of things. Because I want to turn my warehouse into a cash converter, where people can old things. I can make old things come back alive, because people throw old things. You see. So this is one of the things. Because the other thing I do is a disaster aid humanitarian. Like I've been a Rotarian. I offer my warehouse for people to do disaster aid. We just, in fact, ship some food to Philippines, even to KL. They're short of rice, but the rice cannot go. So I know how to find my way and stick in. So they say cannot. To me, there's no such thing as cannot. I find a way for them. Yeah. Okay. I think it's almost 9:30. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Edmund. I think it's an honor for us as well. And I would like to thank everyone, guests and members for turning up for this event. Thank you very much for attending. And I would like to say good night to everyone. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. I think we can stop recording. Yeah.